Good morning, YouTube. Sean Ponder coming to you from Missouri on my way to work. Welcome to another edition of Home to Work Vibes. As you can see, the sun is not out, but the sky is very bright this morning. Hopefully everybody had a good day yesterday. Hopefully everybody had a good Labor Day. I know I did. I didn't do much, just hung out and just relaxed. Didn't do a video yesterday because I was still sleepy from Monday. And that's a funny thing about a holiday that falls on a weekday, is that it gets to you. It really gets to you. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, it doesn't get to me, because it does get to me. Now, I don't mind a 3-day weekend. I don't mind it. I really don't. Yesterday was like Monday, today is like yesterday, and it trickles down from that. But anyway, hopefully everybody had a good Labor Day. Very productive day yesterday, even though, anyway. As always, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TonyGumble21. Also like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video, Sheldon Ponder. For all my NFL, hardcore NFL people out there, we are sitting 24 hours away from the start of the 2018 season. 2018 regular season. And what a off-season this has been. I mean, free agency kicked off. A lot of people got traded to teams that have potential to go the distance. You've had some of the biggest contracts set out there. I mean, the biggest one happening Saturday with Khalil Mack going to the Chicago Bears from the Oakland Raiders. Wow, I mean, you could not write a better ticket than that. The NFL season, you could not write a better ticket . Whoa, what's going on over there at Starbucks? All right, well, sorry about that little side note. Starbucks here in Missouri is always packed, but there are not a lot of vehicles there, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, I mean, the NFL offseason has been extremely interesting for I'm sorry, the Starbucks here. Anyway, I'm sorry. The NFL offseason has been humongous. When I say humongous, I mean humongous. That you cannot write a better offseason than this. I mean, contracts given out left and right, like it's nobody's business. And to top it all off, you know, you had Aaron Donald signing a massive contract Friday. And then Khalil Mack, nobody expected Khalil Mack to be traded. Nobody expected that. That just came out of the blue. Saturday morning, they said that there was a potential trade at 9 o'clock Central Time. By noon, the trade was done. It's like, wow. Like I said, you couldn't write a better ticket than that. And see, here's the thing about it, is that the Bears have gotten a whole lot better on their defense. Their defense might have sucked ever since Brian Urlacher left, but you get a bad man in a good way in Khalil Mack. Wow. Man, Aaron Donald signing a 6-year contract to stay with the LA Rams. 6 years. Which means he's going to be in his mid-30s by the time he's done. Now, I did a video about a week or so ago saying, do these NFL players really need big contracts? Do these NFL players need contracts? And that poses a question. How did Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald do last year? Khalil Mack was selected to the Pro Bowl, which is like the All-Star game of the NFL. Did he deserve it? Absolutely. Does he deserve a big contract now? Maybe. Maybe. Now the big question is, where do you think your team is going to rank at the start? Tomorrow night, you have a key matchup. You have and ladies, if you don't follow football, and your husbands or boyfriends or fiancés or whomever follow football, don't interrupt them, because if you do, they'll get mad at you, because this is football season right here, and football season does not take an off day. Football season does not take an off day, so don't even try it. Let me tell you the key days that you need to watch. The key days that you need to watch out for. That is Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday. All day Sunday. After 11 o'clock Central Time in Missouri, that's when you can ask your man the questions that you want to ask him. That's why they always say, save your questions for when, save your questions for later. Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Save your questions for later. But you have opening night tomorrow night. Super Bowl champion Eagles versus the Falcons. Two stellar quarterbacks. Two stellar. I mean, Matt Ryan is a beast. Can throw it. He can run it. You have Devontae Freeman, who is a stud. I mean, a true stud. Julio Jones, ooh-wee. Just incredible wide receiver. And then you have the defense. I mean, the defense picked up a major piece in the offseason. Even though I don't like it, I have to give the Eagles a lot of respect. They got a good defensive end in Michael Bennett, who can interrupt, who can sack like no other, who can like do a major damage on an offense. Really can. He's a defensive end that every team needs, and not every team can get a great defensive end like him. I mean, he is 100% awesome. He doesn't receive the credit that he needs. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And that, I mean, that's for anybody on defense or offense. Everyone wants to downplay. You know, everyone wants to give the quarterback credit. It's not the quarterback, it's the whole team that needs the credit. Both on offense and defense. It's like they always say, defense wins championships. And that is true. Defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. How do you think that the Eagles were able to capitalize on the Super Bowl last season? Because their defense stuck, put their cleats in the ground and not hold up, created less penalties. And look at them. They are Super Bowl champions. Now, will they make it this year? I don't know. I don't know. It depends. Talk to me when we get to probably week 8 through week 10. That's when I should know. But I mean, you gotta give credit where credit is due. The defense wins the championships. The offense is what gets people in their seats. The defense is what wins championships. And if Atlanta wants to get back to the Super Bowl this year, they need to do exactly what the Eagles did. They need to put their cleats in the ground, not get get an assortment of turnovers, and be able to capitalize when the game's on the line. If not, you're not going to have a great game. Your defense wins you a championship. Defense wins championships. Now, Atlanta, I think, now I want to talk about a subject that is really, I mean, every team is going to have a kind of decent season, but not every team is going to make the Super Bowl. Not every team is going to make the Super Bowl. You have some, you know, and that's the thing. Don't say This is what really pisses me off and drives me up a wall. Is that when coaches and players say, "Oh yeah, we're going to go to the Super Bowl." How do you know that you're going to go to the Super Bowl? You don't know that. You don't know if you're going to the Super Bowl or not. You don't know. But see, people downplay it all the time, like, "Oh yeah, we're going to go to the Super Bowl." The suckiest team in the league will never go to the Super Bowl. I will say it again. The suckiest team in the league will not go to the Super Bowl. And the reason why I say that is because you have to beat some pretty good teams out there in order to make it to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is not going to be given to you on a silver platter. No servant is going to say, "Here you go, sir. These are tickets. Here you go, sir. This is your Super Bowl right here." No, you have to fight for it. You have to fight tooth and nail to get it. No team is going to let you win all 16 games. No team is going to let you win all 16 games. It's asinine. It's asinine. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the best team in the league. I don't care if you're the worst team in the league. You are not going to get to the Super Bowl, period. You have to fight for it. You have to work for it. You're going to have to go through injuries. You're going to have to go through, you're going to have to go through a lot. Don't come at me with the, "Oh yeah, don't come at me with that. Not every team is going to make the Super Bowl." Because if that was true, there can only be one from the NFC and one from the AFC. It doesn't work both ways. No two NFC teams meet to fight for a Super Bowl. No AFC teams fight for a Super Bowl. Don't come at me with that. At the end of the day, it's all going to matter on two things: the defense and the offense. See, when you get out on the field, it's a whole different story. Your teammates either way it goes. Whether you like your teammates or you don't like your teammates, they are on the team for a reason. Because the head management saw something. Excuse me. The head management saw something in that person to get them on that team. Sorry, I just had a thought that I'm going to talk about this afternoon on the Work to Home vibes. I think everybody's going to be very intrigued with it. But you got to put in the work. The Super Bowl is let's see, it's already September, October, November, December, January. It's 5.5 months away. Your season begins tomorrow night. Now, as I said, there were some massive my boy, my favorite player, Richard Sherman. I mean, come on. I never thought that he would go to an NFC opponent, but he did. He did. Now, do I like the San Francisco 49ers? No. But I do respect them. I do respect what they bring to the table. They're going to have a good season. It's not going to be the best. Yeah, they're going to have some hills to climb. But guess what? It's all going to be worth it at the end of the day. Richard Sherman is a guy that I would want on my team any day of the week. Any day of the week, I would love to have Richard Sherman on my team. I would, you know what? If Richard Sherman was on my team, and okay, I'm almost done with this video, but let me just rant a little bit. How dare these Richard Sherman haters hate on him? I've been a Richard Sherman fan ever since he came into the league. He's been in the league for 7 years. 7 years. And you know what? He has a great backstory. Follow me. He had both of his parents in the home, which is good. And he's humble. He came from humble beginnings. He came from Compton, California. Do you understand me? Compton, California. The grandfather of what is called gangsta rap. He came from those places. And I read his backstory. I looked at his backstory on NFL. He and his brother were raised in a neighborhood that was heavily coveted by violence. He and his brother would try and get into the gangs, and let me tell you how respectful, how much respect their parents had. He and his brother's name is Brandon. I like Richard Sherman so much that I looked into his backstory. He graduated with a degree in communication. Graduated from Dominguez High School, went on to Stanford, was a wide receiver. Now this was during the days of the Jim Harbaugh. Graduated, and let me take this back a little bit. When he and his brother were kids, they would try and fit in with the gangs, but their parents had so much respect from the gangsters, from the people who were in gangs, that they said, hey, what are you doing here? Get out of here. You need to be home. You need to be doing your homework. That right there is respect on a grand scale. Richard Sherman is a American football, is a football player's story. That is a that you couldn't write that up any better. I mean, look at Darrelle Revis. Grew up in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, a site where only a percentage of people are successful. He goes from I'm not sure if he played at West Virginia. I'll look that up. He goes from playing. He goes from and okay. I'm almost finished. I know I keep going back and forth. Let me point out one thing. All this best this and best that in the league, stop it. Stop it. You are not the best at something. You are good at it. You're not the best. The whole thing about being the best in the game, that is bogus nonsense. You are not going to be best at anything. You're going to be good at it. You're not going to be the best at it. And I had to call, Richard Sherman. I'm sorry. I love you. I think you're an awesome cornerback. But you being the best in the game, I'm sorry, I have to call BS on that. Anybody who thinks that they're best, that, whoever, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a wide receiver, if you're a tight end, if you're a middle linebacker, right, left tackle. Sorry. I don't care if you're a right tackle, left tackle, guard, center. I don't care who you are. You are not the best at anything. You are awesome at what you do, but you are not the best. Let's just take the best out of everything. You are good. You are good. You are not the best, because if you were the best, you would be on every fantasy owner's lineup. You are not the best. You are good. Let's take the best out of the situation. You are a good cornerback in the game. You're an awesome cornerback in the game. It doesn't matter who you are. You are awesome at what you do. You are awesome at what you do. I know I'm the best. No, you are not the best. Because, as I just said, if you were the best, you would be just knocking every stat out of the park. You are not the best. You are good. Nobody should be favored as the best. Everybody should be favored as good. But back to what I was saying. Almost done with this video. Just hold tight a little bit longer. And I got a big topic to talk about today, so be prepared for that. But Richard Sherman is good. He's good. Did the Seahawks do him wrong for not? Yeah, and here's the thing. How is it that you're going to sign a 4-year contract and you only made it 3.5 years with the team? I don't get it. But that's none of my business. Anyway, football season starts tomorrow night. Yeah, can't wait. I still haven't done a fantasy. I'll probably do it tonight when I get home. I got a lot of stuff going on this week. But, Richard Sherman, Darrelle Revis, these guys have incredible backstories. You really need to look at them. From Darrelle Revis, even Brandon Marshall and what he went through. These football players, before they became stars, went through a lot of trial and tribulation. But see, we don't look at their backstories. We only look at what they're doing now. I'm sorry. There's a massive problem with that. Massive problem with that. But hopefully everybody's team does good this season. I'm not wishing any bad luck on anybody's team. If you play fantasy, I hope you have a great fantasy year. I'm going to try and put in a my fantasy people tonight when I get home. And yeah, so we're going to end that at this video. We're going to end this video. It's 30 minutes long. I did not intend for it to be this long, but be on the lookout for a video this afternoon. I'm going to be talking about some big stuff today. Big stuff. All right, YouTube. Well, it has been fun. As always, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TonyGumbo21. Also follow me here on also like, share, subscribe, and comment to me here on YouTube. Sheldon Ponder. I will see you all in the next video. And remember, live your life the way you want to live it. Don't live it the way someone else wants you to live it. As always, I'll talk to you all later. See you in the next video.